New Israel Fund wishes to congratulate Professor Alice Shalvie for her inspirational work in the field of gender. Professor Alice Shalvie is a lifetime social entrepreneur and educator for gender equality. For nearly 60 years, she has led the battle for women's rights in Israel, enlightening and inspiring generations while discussing the loss to society when women are not fully included.
I had the good fortune of growing up in a home and a family which imbued me more by their own practice than by preaching and precept. Judaism, Zionism and feminism have really guided me throughout my life.
Born in Germany and educated in England, Alice emigrated to Israel in 1949. After an early career in higher education, she served voluntarily as principal of Pelech, a unique progressive high school for religious girls.
One of the things that really disappointed me when I came to Israel, which I was always led to believe was a country of equality between the sexes, was that this was just a myth, that it was not so.
Alice was one of the founders and first chair of the Israel Women's Network, IWN, the first advocacy organization for the rights and equality for all of Israel's women in all aspects of life. It played a critical role in increasing the number of women elected in government, in expanding the roles of women in the armed forces, in obtaining equal pay for women, and in the fight in the Supreme Court for women's representation in religious councils.
I felt that far from practicing a true Jewish compassion and justice, that rabbinical establishment was actually oppressing women and failing totally to be aware of the suffering, the real suffering that women experience, particularly when they are in between state of being neither married nor divorced, the state of the aguna, the anchored woman, the woman denied a divorce. And I felt that the Orthodox establishment, as it exists in Israel and as it actually determines so much of Israeli life, simply is not acting according to the basic principles of Judaism. Right? And I was looking for a place where I really could feel an equal among equals.
She has been rector, president and chair of the Schechter Institutes of Jewish Studies, guiding its pluralistic and egalitarian approach towards an Israeli society that is secure in its Jewish roots and strong in its democratic values.
I've known Alice for 20 years, and I really feel privileged to be living in the same period as she is. For Alice, religious feminism and Jewish feminism was so obvious that she made it clear to me how obvious it should be. And that maybe is the most important thing. It was very obvious that a religious woman must have a whole experience, and there is no reason for which she has to give up on any aspect of a religious experience or her religious life.
Alice has also argued that women in Israel are a distinctive force for peace and has engaged in a vigorous dialogue with Palestinian women and for women's involvement in the peace process. She has been honored with numerous international awards for her outstanding contribution in the quality of women's lives in Israel. Most notably, the Israel Prize for Lifetime Achievement and Special Contribution to Society and the State of Israel. Prize committee judges called her revolutionary and courageously trailblazing with intellectual integrity and long-term vision.
I very much accept Herzl saying, if you will it, it is not a dream.